I gotta see what's going on over here. Do we have any sound? Do we have any sound? Yes, there we go. We have some sound now. And it's really loud. Okay. Sorry, folks. I had the technical difficulties. So as you know, last year I closed down AGK, which was Anderson Graphics Kingdom. And ooh, that's a little hot. Hot mic. Pull you down just a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's tacking out in the red. Which was a good thing for me because I feel like there was a lot of negative stuff floating around with Anderson Graphics Kingdom for whatever reason. And you know, and whenever that type of stuff happens, it hurts your business because people are like, well, this person this person that, you know, and you could never have done anything to these people, period. You could never have even talked to these people, period. But yet they get it in their mind that you did something specific to them. I see it happen all the time. I was just watching a friend on TikTok here just a minute ago, and she had somebody come and attack her, and the person even admitted she's never met this person in person. But yet she still felt the need to type out a whole thing and attack her on her page, or send her a message, or whatever it was. And it's just like, holy crap, man. This world, man. But yeah, it says 21 degrees. It's probably more like 20 outside right now. Got my fireplace going. Love my fireplace. I do. I love my fireplace. But I've been hot and heavy on some new stuff. So if you don't know and if you haven't watched or paid attention, then I'm sorry for you, man. All right. So, but seriously, folks, right here, I've been working on saw blades. Not like making them, but these are actual saw blades. I can bend this in half if I really wanted to, but I'm not. I like the contour of it and how flat it is. All right, so I have been working on those. I've finished up my Art the Clown pieces right here. Yes, this is an actual drawing on a blade from me. And then it also has a base right here that says The Art of Art. Right there. The Art of... Oops, wrong one. Of Art. Right there. And what that does is you put this flat on your table and you set your saw blade right inside of it. One of these is already sold. Right here. Boom, boom. And it just sits there like that. Sits on your table. Boom, boom. Just like that. And it's a very cool new piece from 412 Productions. I almost said AGK, Anderson Graphics Kingdom. But on the back too, it also has this. I'm showing two different places. So it says, thank you for purchasing a one-of-one art piece. No pun intended on an art piece. From 412 Productions, The Art of Monty Anderson. And then it gives you my email address on there as well. So if you want my email address, there you go. You can email me. Boom. 412artproductions@gmail.com. So, I've got two of these done up. One of these is sold already. I'm waiting for the other person. No two pieces are alike. So even though they look alike, there are many differences on these. One of these is sold and waiting to ship out, but we are getting ready to have inclement weather like crazy here in Arkansas. And might not be getting to the post office for a few days. But then I've also got Billy the Puppet from Saw. I got two of those. So if anybody's interested in those, I got two of those. I'm going to be making a base for these. I'm not sure what the base is going to look like on this one yet, just because I'm in the process of creating the base. Bring the bass, bring the boom. But no, seriously, I just love having fun with my artwork. Trying new things, creating new things, and bringing new things to the fans and the friends. Because like I said, whenever you buy stuff from me, you are no longer just a fan of my artwork. You are now a family and friend with 412 Productions. So, But yeah, no, I'm also working on a vampire piece right now. I didn't like a piece that I had, so I painted over it. And I'm liking it a lot more than what was there originally. Let me see if I can get this to where you can... sorry, TikTok. I might have to take green screen off. I'm disappeared. I'm just ahead. But no, up here you guys can see that. You guys cannot for whatever reason. I guess black is the wrong color choice here. But it's a black and it's got, you know, a female figure in the middle with like a cloak on. And it's covering most of her face except for her devious smile with her fangs bared right there. I need to grab a drink. Hold on, folks. I got a Frigidator right here. I'm going to get a drink. There we go. It's not one of them alcohol-y drinks that you guys thinking about. If you guys are asking me any questions, I'm sorry I'm not seeing those right there. But if you do ask me questions, just say, hey, jerk, read my question right there. Because I promise you, I'm not ignoring you. But Brisk, you need to be my sponsor. Seriously. I pretty much drink one of these on every live, I think. But there you go. You need to be my sponsor. So I put out a feeler question on my Facebook, and I asked what people wanted to see more of. This guy quit all that when he matured. I'm not sure what he quit. So please share the live if you would like. Oh, this guy's just a hater. No one cares. Oh, I love you too, man. He's Trump X Power. So he's a lovely one, isn't he? Well, he loves Trump. That's cool. So do a lot of other people. And you are apparently trying to say who I voted for, so you don't know who I voted for. But and I don't have to tell you who I voted for. But I'm glad you love Trump, as well as what was it, 74 million other people, and that's cool. But anyway, a lot of people were asking on my Facebook pages, you know, what when I asked them, and they told me that they would like to see more artwork being shown. And right now that is not capable with my current setup. I've got to do more things with everything to get some things set up properly, which means that I've got to put up a whole new setup for how my camera systems run, because I used to be able to do that over here where my art desk is, and with that there was a short period of time where I was able to be drawing and showing my face for the live, and for some reason that stopped working the way it was supposed to. I don't know if whenever some updates happened on the computers and or the program, it just kind of took that away, or it merged my cameras for whatever reason, and only one camera would work. So I'm trying to get that back to where I can be drawing and be showing you the live as it's happening at the same time. So with that, what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been doing? I mean, really. Because the weather's getting colder, the weather's getting crazy here lately, and I love it. I mean, I really enjoy it. I'm hoping we do get that 8 inches that they're talking about. I'm hoping we actually get some more than just 8 inches. Just because I love the snow. I could live in Alaska if I really wanted to. Sell this place, move to Alaska, disappear off the grid completely. But that token, I'd have to be flying back to the big area of the United States just to go to comic conventions to put my artwork out there. on a regular basis. And that takes a lot of money, flying back and forth. And then having to pack your stuff in and out and all that good stuff. So most of the time it would be driving through Canada, back into the United States, which Alaska is still part of the United States, folks. I know this. And the way they're talking, Canada might be our next state, 51st state. So, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? But yeah, for those of you that don't know me, that are just coming on, I'm Monty Anderson with 412 Productions, formerly AGK or Anderson Graphics Kingdom. I closed down that moniker and that title with my dead posts that I posted, and everybody was sending me heartfelt sad eyes and crying and all this stuff. And I'm like, look, folks, the end is just the beginning for something new. Because I'm never going to quit art until I can no longer hold a pencil in hand or a pen. I'm never going to quit art. And that day could happen, tomorrow. I could lose a hand. I could lose my drawing hand. And then I'd have to redo things all over again. At that point in time, I would just go into 3D printing. Yes, I've got a 3D printer sitting right over my shoulder, back over here. I've had it for over a year, and I just haven't had it up and running. But I want to turn some of my pieces of my own art into some 3D prints, which I think would be really cool. Heartfelt goes out to all the Californians out there that are losing their homes. Had a thought on that, which was just like, all these celebrities that are losing their homes and stuff like that. It's just like, well, I'm sorry that they're losing their homes, but most of them have another home to go to. Whereas just your normal average person that lives in California does not have that option. They do not have the option to say, oh, well, I'm going to go to my house in Maui or, whatever. Because all their house and their money's tied up with their house there in California. But there is a heartfelt that goes out to all the Californians that are losing their stuff and their homes at this present moment because of the wildfires. And then I got to thinking about Alaska. I like the cold, but Alaska is known for forest fires, especially in the heat of the summer that they only have for like 2 months a year. And it's just like, so it's a two-edged sword. You move to Alaska and you can fry from wildfires, or you can move to Alaska and freeze. You got your two options. But I just love the thought of an untamed wilderness, where you can just go and disappear. And not because I need to disappear, just because it's just always a fascination. I have relatives that have lived there. My uncle on my grandfather's side, he lived there for the longest time before they moved down to Washington. I've got a half-sister that lives up there with her husband. I think they're in Anchorage. So they're in a city. They're not out in the wilds where I would want to be. And my Uncle Jack, he lived in this city too. Not like in the city, but just on the outskirts of a city with his wife there. And I could totally do that. I could totally live in Alaska. I've got a friend who lives in Alaska right now. She's all over TikTok. Living her life and adventures there in Alaska, which is pretty awesome to watch her stuff whenever she posts, because she's always doing something cool, crazy, and fun. But it's Alaska. You walk out the door, it's cool, crazy, and fun. Grizzly bear right out your door, but no, seriously, it's things, they are changing, and that's why I created 412 Productions. Because I needed a change. I needed a fresh outlook on the art scene. I needed a whole new look and take on how I presented things to everybody. And that's kind of what I talked to with a friend of mine who had me on his podcast just last week. that it's time for fresh new outlooks, fresh new takes on things, and presentations. The presentations of how you present your artwork to the world. I've got a new website. I've got new pages, page names. They're still the same pages they were, but they're updated to the name change. So anybody that's out there looking for my old name isn't going to find it. But anybody that was a follower or things like that, the notification happened that, hey, the name changed, yada, yada, yada. Which is cool, which is awesome, and I've gained a whole lot of new followers under this new moniker already. So let's talk about TikTok for a minute. What is today? Today's the 9th? Yeah. In 10 days, this platform is supposed to be going away. What do we think about that? For those of us here in the United States, anyway. Other countries, I don't think it's going to affect, but here in the United States, it's January 19th. The day before inauguration, the platform TikTok is supposed to be going away. What do you guys feel about? How do you feel about that? Those of you that are staying here watching and checking me out for this long, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts? Because my thought is, it's going to suck if it goes away, but there's other platforms out there to jump in on. There's a new one that's focusing, a new one that just popped up called Blue Sky. You've got Truth Social, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook Reels or Facebook Live, you've got, which is where this side is going over here, not you guys down here. There's so many other platforms that can be used to go live on. What do you guys feel about this whole TikTok ban that's happening or getting ready to happen? I kind of hope that they get it fixed and worked out to where we can keep TikTok here in the United States, just because it's a fun little platform. You get to meet so many new cool people, and you get so many cool new people watching your shows, especially at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it just brings you a whole new audience. No matter where you post to. Like, I'll be posting more to YouTube, to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting more to, of course, Facebook always gets all my stuff on a regular basis. Oh, sorry, it's early, folks. I don't sleep well anyway. But that's just me. And so, those of you that are still sticking around, hanging around, I've been working on saw blades here lately. Saw blades. This is Billy, the puppet from Saw. He's looking for a new home. So if you got any horror lovers in your home, oh look, he's got a nose now. Ooh. I've got 2 of those available. I've got an Art the Clown available, but I think it is taken up. It's on its base. For those of you that did not see that just a little bit ago. I'm just trying new and cool stuff with my artwork because I want it to be something that is unique and something that is different for the masses. And whenever I do my prints from my artwork from now on, they will be on canvas. I will be getting canvas prints, and I will be doing probably 11 by 17 prints from now on, just from the massive amount of the feedback I got from another Facebook post question. And it's just exciting to get these feedbacks from other artists out there when it comes to what they sell on a regular basis. I was offering two different sizes, and they both sold pretty well. And it's also was just like most people gravitated towards the smaller size. I did sell a lot of the bigger size, but more people gravitated towards the smaller sizes I could see. So So it's pretty cool, exciting, and new to be able to offer these new things and new products on a more regular basis. And I'm looking forward to it. Sorry, I'm doing a post on the Facebook side, folks. And I want everybody to come find us over here on TikTok, because right now my live is not going live on Facebook like it was supposed to. It will be a recorded broadcast. So, but that's cool. It is what it is. And so you're going to have two options. Well, three technically. You can buy the original. You can buy a canvas print at a specific size. Or you can buy the 11 by 17 print at that point in time. Everything that I'm doing is going to become hot and heavy in 2026. Right now I'm working on a comic book of my own. I'm the writer, I'm the illustrator, I'm the inker, and I will be finding somebody to publish it for me. It will have 3 extra covers besides mine, because it is a 4-issue miniseries, and I'm going to keep it to a 4 cover run, with mine being 1, and then 3 other artists that I'm going to call in and to do some artwork after I find out what their prices are. So, good grief. I'm sorry, folks. I don't yawn this much normally. Maybe it's because I'm losing all my oxygen from talking. But anyway, so whenever I call in those 3 artists, I'm going to have 4 covers total, and we will be able to create something great. Make something great again. Comic books need to be fun again. Yes, mine will have serious moments. Mine will have adult moments. Mine will have childish moments. Mine will have aliens over here for you guys up here. And so on and so forth, because there's going to be cryptids in there. There's going to be warlocks, wizards, witches. Like I said, cryptids, from aliens to chupacabras to Bigfoots, to your mythological stuff from fairies to, all the stuff that people say don't exist. Well, if they didn't exist, how did people come up with them? It's an age-old problem. You get those naysayers that, well, this never happened, but then you start looking at old paintings from back in the day, way back in the day, or even cave paintings or hieroglyphs, or things like that, where they depict these wild creatures or wild beings that are out there in the world, and everybody's like, no, that was just a depiction of what they thought of this. It's just like, I don't think so. But then you've got a lot of people that think the earth is flat too, so and who's to say it is or isn't, but it's a fanciful world, and it's a fantastical world. What I'm hoping to achieve in these books. So not only will there be 4 separate issues with 4 covers per issue. So if you do the math, 4 plus 4 is how many? It's 8. So 8 plus 8, as I'm splitting these in half, is 16. So you got 16 covers to a 4-issue miniseries, just because each book will have 4 covers. And then I'm going to do a combined omnibus, which is really just a graphic novel. Hardcover, softcover. I'm not sure which way I want to go there. I know doing a soft cover is much cheaper than doing a hardcover. So, but, it is what it is. Everything will be on Kickstarter, and I don't know when all this is going to happen, to be honest, just because it's taken me forever to write even the first book. I'm on page 16 of probably 22 to 24 page book, and I'm hoping to get more, but I've been getting some art requests here lately, so I've been doing more drawings than writing, which is a good problem to have, but I also would like to be able to write on my story, on my books, so that I can get those going as well. I've also thought about bringing in a guest writer for one book, just because I think it would be cool to get a different perspective on my characters in one book. But I haven't decided if I want to do that yet or not. Just because I want the continuity to go through the book like it's supposed to. And whenever you bring in another writer, their ideas and their ideologies could be completely 100 million times different than your own. And I want the book to flow the way it's supposed to. Because there's some cool elements which I think I may have seen before in a couple of comic books, but not very often. And I'm not going to give a bunch of spoilers. I'm not even giving the name yet because I'm not ready to divulge that name yet. Do you feel me, brothers? And I was a preacher for a while. No, I was an ordained minister for about a year. A lot of people don't know that about me, and I cuss like a sailor, so get over it. But no, seriously, I have fun with life. I have to. I've had 2 heart attacks, and those put perspective on life in reality. I mean, I already know how short life is because my son was taken from this world at the age of 17. So he didn't, and I know people that have been taken much younger, but he didn't get to fulfill his dreams that he had lined out. And that was back in 2009. And, you know, you still carry those pains with you on a daily basis. But I don't dwell on it because I know where my mind can go if I dwell on that situation of him no longer being here for those bear hugs and things of that nature. And so I remember the happy times, the good times, and all of the love that he shared and showed to people around him. He was just that type of person. And he brought joy into any room that he stepped into. People were genuinely happy to see him and interact with him. And that's the type of person I want to be. I know I haven't always been that person. I know I can be a jerk. I know I can be an ass. And I've seriously been trying to correct those faults in myself. PTSD doesn't help from the military. But I'm still having fun with life. That's why I homestead. That's why I do artwork full time. Because that's my outlet for getting rid of any built up angst or anger inside my own system in reality. Getting out there chopping wood, getting out there building something, even if it looks like trash. We try not to make it look like trash, but sometimes you get some cheap wood from cut downs and they don't last very long. As my chicken coop is showing. Used some pine, and I should have used something a little more solid. I thought my pig was up. Yes, I have a pig in the house. Bacon Bit is her name. She's a cute little thing, but she's a pain in the ass too. Just like our goats. Yes, I have goats, I've got ducks, I've got chickens, and the pig. So we have all kinds of stuff here on the homestead. If the girlfriend had her way, we'd have a miniature cow, we'd have a miniature donkey, we'd have a couple of emus, we'd have what else did she want? I can't remember right now. There's a whole list of miniatures that she wants to have, and it's just like, we don't have the room for that, dear. But no, this journey that I'm on has been a fun and cool one so far. Just because I'm paving my own way, and I should have done this a long time ago, but I didn't. I thought I needed, a certain status in life, if you will. That's why I was kind of married to my second ex, and she turned into a psycho, and I probably had some dealings to help with that, but she was a female narcissist, to be honest, and a lot of people could see it, but I couldn't. And a lot of people would tell me, hey, she shouldn't be treating you this way in public, those type of things. But I got rid of that. I totally asked for that divorce. And things have been better off. And I found out who my true friends really are. Because I did have a lot of friends, or so-called friends. Brisk, right here. I need your sponsorship, please. Somebody go tell Brisk that I drink this on a regular basis and they need to sponsor me. Brisk, come sponsor my artwork. Were a lot of acquaintances there at the church that I was attending, that I helped build from the ground up, that were just acquaintances. They weren't friends. Which was proven during the divorce when it was going on. Because once I got a divorce and stopped going into the church on a regular basis, not a single soul contacted me from that church. And this is why I have a problem with religion. Just like another friend of mine has a problem with religion as well. And a lot of people have a problem with religion. Because it hurts more people than it does good. And it's just a sad fact. People claim to be this way towards people. But then once something happens and they side with one person or another, then the friendships that they say they had stop. I made mention to the ex while we were going through a bunch of paperwork stuff so we could make the divorce final and easy, was that not a single soul from that church has contacted me since I've stopped going to the church. Lo and behold, 3 days later, I get a text message from 3 of the men from the church. Pastor being one of them, one of the elders being another one, and then a volunteer that should be an elder at that church, that they do dirty on a regular basis. All on the same day. Almost the same time of the morning when all the messages came through. No, I'm not crying. I'm just itching my eyeballs. And they all pretty much said the same thing. And it was just like, so I make a mention to this person or my ex, who's still working at the church in 2 different capacities, that no one from the church has contacted me, period. But yet we're all supposedly friends. And then I make mention to you that, and then 3 days later, on the dot, I get a text message from 3 different guys from the church. Coincidence? I think not. And it just puts into true perspective, how people can be your friend to your face, but not be your friend behind your back. Even though they claim to follow Christ to the letter, it just shows the true color and true nature of people most of the time. And it's sad. And it's sad that religion has hurt so many people in the past that they can't trust a church. That they can't trust certain people in a church. And yeah, it's just sad. And I know it's not just me. I know it's been a lot of other people that have been hurt in the same way. Because I see it all the time. Anytime I'm scrolling Facebook, I see at least 2 to 3 posts about how someone has been hurt by the church, hurt by certain people in the church. And, you know, that's why I do my own thing anymore. If I don't go to church anymore, I will find something to pacify that. You know, I am a Christian, yes. But I believe in so many other things as well that do not align with the Christian faith. Or even a non-denominational faith, or, you know, Catholicism. Don't get me started on that. And sorry for any Catholics out there. I just did not enjoy my grandmother's funeral at a Catholic church since she was Catholic. All the stand up, sit down, and then let's do a communion right here at her funeral, where you're all drinking out of the same wine glass, and then they're just wiping the germs around the lip. No, that's gross. I don't even drink after my own kids, because I know what kind of backwash goes in that damn cup. And I barely even drink after my girlfriend whenever she takes a drink out of my cup. So you can ask her on that. Just because. To me, that's gross. I'm sorry. I mean, I know there's love there and all that good stuff, but I ain't drinking somebody else's backwash. Sorry. I'm sorry for those of you that are still here listening to this part. But it's life. I mean, that's their how they do things. It's in a silver goblet, and they think it's still clean just by wiping the rim, you know. But yet you can see the shit floating inside that cup, and it's like, no thanks. You guys can keep that shit and move on. So whenever that part happened and they were coming towards us, we actually got in our seats. Well, we did not stick down there for the communion part of that. So, that was gross. But no, I am looking forward to this new year. It's already kicked off with a bang by introducing 412 Productions, which you see behind me, the art of Monty Anderson. I have two different logos. I've got an alarm clock, which you guys can't see here. But if you go look at my logos on my post, you can actually see that there. It's an alarm clock that has what I do, who I am, and it's just kind of cool, because that's how all this came about with 412 Productions. Was for the very longest time. For those of you that haven't heard the story, for those of you that have, you're probably getting bored with the story already. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. But 412 Productions. So pretty much every morning for as long as I can remember, starting back in probably 2012 to probably 2000 I want to say probably around 2012 to about 2020, that I would wake up, and it wasn't every day, but it was quite a few of the days during the week that I would wake up at 4:12 on the dot. 4:12 every morning. Well, not every morning, but I would say 4 to 5 times a week I would wake up at 4:12 in the morning. And one of those days, I wake up, grab my phone, I look at it, it says 4:12, put my phone back down, and it's like, well, crap. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Productions flashed across my screen. This screen in here. This screen in here! In the brain pan! And I was like, 412 Productions. That's catchy. So I've had the name for a while. The new name for a while. And I just never did anything with it, because it was like, why fix something that isn't broken? And in my mind, nothing was broken on my art side as far as AGK was concerned. And so I let it ride. I did nothing with the 412 Productions. And so after the divorce, And after everything else, it was just like, well, it's time to do something different, fresh, and new. And then I got to thinking about the 412 Productions again. It's like, I've had this name for a while. It's just nothing's happened with it. So, I created a logo. Let me grab these real fast. So pardon me for not having everything ready. I'm so sorry. I do have it all ready, but... So, put this to go the right here. It's going to be some paperwork. Alright, so, in the beginning. Oh, I don't even have it here. What the heck? What do I do with it? Well, son of a dog biscuit. And even this logo that you see has gone through a couple of changes. Do I not have it anymore? Anyway. Anyway. I was going to show you a picture, but I guess I got rid of it. Since I didn't need it anymore. I created a logo. And this was in December when I started working on these. Well, maybe November. It was November when I actually started working on it because I drew it up. I drew a pencil version. And then I took that pencil version, took a picture of it, and then I moved that into my computer. And then I did the line work to that pencil piece that I worked on, or that I drew. And it was of an alien as well, but it wasn't a cool alien like you see behind me now. This one is much cooler than what I had. Let me just print this thing out. Give me a second. Give me a hot second there, folks. And I'll have this thing for you in just a minute. Unused logo. There we go. Let me see here. That'll work. Just to get something out to you so you can see it. Let's go ahead and print this bad boy up. Oh, and I am an actor too. Not a good one, but I'm an actor. Alright, so that's going to print out here in just a moment. Un momento, por favor. And we'll get back with you with it. So, I created this logo up. I was looking at it, and I just sat there and looked at it. After I drew it, and I had it, and I was like, man, this is awesome. This is cool. This is going to be awesome. This is good. And then it was like, no. I don't like it, folks. I don't like it, Jim. I don't like it. I hate it. And so, with that being said, so this is it. Whoops. As I throw it in the ground. So this is it right here. I just thought he was too stiff. He looked like a frog more than he looked like an alien. And I didn't like it after I created it. And I thought it was great. I thought it was the greatest thing since Betty White. I can't say sliced bread because Betty White is older than sliced bread. Look it up. And I thought it was cool. I loved it. But then I got to looking at it, and it was like, damn. That thing is stiffer than a board. Stiffer than a, as some people would say, whore in church. I really got to watch what I say on TikTok. Just because they, if you say the wrong words sometimes, they pop this little thing up on your screen and says you must pass this little test, blah, 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 which is basically sliding this stupid puzzle piece into the exact piece area on this little diorama picture that they have. And so if you say certain words, you win certain prizes on TikTok. And so, as I was looking at this one, I was like, this sucks. This really does suck. It's too stiff. It's too... It's just not... it's just not lively. So then, I got to thinking about other things. I still wanted an alien. So then I created this logo. Bum, bum, bum. Whoops, it disappears if I get too close. Okay, so then I created this logo, which you all can see everywhere. And I love it so much more. It's going to lend itself to so many different things in the future. From hats to shirts to mouse pads to, I mean, the list goes on and on. It already looks good on the business card. So, I'm looking forward to the whole new era of 412 Productions. that it's crazy. Or am I crazy? I don't know. One of the two. Maybe both. No. I'm an avid comic book collector as well. As evident, you guys can hear that thump. That's comic book boxes over here. I think I've got 20 some odd comic books boxes. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17 right there. So I know I have more than 20. So I've got 25 comic book boxes. I've got several long boxes and then a bunch of short boxes. And not all of them are full, like I've told people before. But I'm buying stuff on a regular basis. Always has some great deals when it comes to comic books, and a bunch of uncirculated books from the 80s and 90s in there as well. So you can always find something cool if you go into Ollie's and pick up their comic book packs. You get 5 comic books in a bag for like $5, $6 for some of them. 5 on some, 6 on some. So it just depends on which pack you buy. And it's just fun to go in there and start opening up the bags and flipping through the comic books, and it's like, holy crap, that's a good one. Holy crap, that's a good one. And there's a bunch of crap in there too. Because it is coming, they get their supply from a comic book shop that packages them up for them, and they do random inserts and things like that. But there's some pretty cool stuff that comes out of these on occasion. I found some good stuff in there. I found some semi-high dollar stuff in there too. But a lot of these comic books were given to me. I paid for them. Were given to me by some friends of mine that found them in a dumpster, and yeah, they were just thrown away. They had a roll-off bin. And I've told this story a million times, so if you've heard this story, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm not really. And there was about 3,000 comic books that were dumped from a hoarder's house, and it was like, why didn't the family that was throwing all this stuff away check in what they were throwing away? Because there were some high dollar comic books found in here. Hulk 181, 182, Iron Fist number 14, first appearance of Sabretooth. Hulk 181, if you don't know, is the first full appearance of Wolverine. And it's a high dollar comic book, folks. And the condition that most of these were in were super high grade. I mean, still sharp corners. Yeah, some of the pages were yellowed and things of that nature. I mean, the first appearance of Thanos is in here. I mean, I've pulled so many key issues out of here. Over 300 key issues out of 3,000 comic books. So 10%, you know, are key issues of something happening in the comic book world, which is a first appearance of, a first battle of, things of that nature. I'm a big Uncanny X-Men fan. Always will be. Always will die that way. But it's the 1963 series that I love. I don't love all this new crap that they're putting out, where they're changing all the characteristics of the characters, so we'll just leave it at that. But it's just like, when I sold my collection off back in 2009 to put a down payment on a house that I no longer live in, and married to a woman I'm no longer married to, I would have kept my comic books, to be honest. So I was probably about 65 to 70 issues away from having the complete run of the 1963 Uncanny X-Men line, which ended in 548 or 584 or something like that. I can't remember exactly when it ended, what number it was, but I was so close to having that full run, and I had a ton of autographs. I had I had pretty much every spin-off that you could think of, from the X-Men, from X-Force, X-Factor, Wolverine, so on and so forth down the line. And a ton of them were autographed. Stan Lee autographed some. Jim Lee autographs. Jolly autographs. Len Wein, the creator of Wolverine and the creator of, or co-creator of Wolverine and creator of Swamp Thing. And a list of others that he's created. But I remember going back, whenever I first started going to comic book conventions. This isn't my very first one. This was like my second one of that year. Official program of DEF CON 3, September 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3-day shows, folks. 3-day shows. They don't do 3-day shows very often anymore. And comic, sci-fi, and gaming convention. And this was truly a comic book convention. And when I say that, as well as sci-fi and gaming convention, the guests they had, they weren't voice actors from manga or anime or those type things. These were actual people that you got to see from your favorite shows or, whatever. I mean, Robert Beltran from Star Trek, Steven Sanswell, Kevin J. Anderson, who I've got his autograph many times, Rebecca Mosta. I mean, you can see the autographs in there as well if you look closely. Right there, right down here somewhere. You can see them right there. Kevin J. Her down here. David Wall, Michael Turner. Michael Turner's no longer with us. Evangeline, Kathy Christian, right there. I mean, you can see this was when stuff was fun. I did not pay a single dime for any of these autographs in here. Len Wein isn't on here. He didn't sign here, but he did sign a bunch of other stuff for me. Stephen Rude, got stuff from him. Shannon Wheeler, Too Much Coffee Man, Dan Fraga, Marat Michaels, Susie Owens, Nikki Fritz, Razor, JJ North, aka Tommy Gunn, Teresa Lynn. I mean, none of these autographs cost me a damn thing. But now you go get somebody's autograph today, and it costs you $20 or $30 just for a comic book artist autograph. I mean, Steve Irwin, Rob Davis, Jordy Ensign. Then you have your local guests, R.A. Jones, Michael Vance. Some of these people have gone on to do great things. I mean, but this is when going to comic book conventions was fun. Because I thought I was going to get some cool deals from the creator of Thanos. And his autograph was $20. See, here it goes. His autographs were $20 an autograph. I had 27 comic books for him to sign. So I had to pare it down to 5. Yeah, I spent $100 on his autograph per book. And I got the ones that and it was Jim Starlin. And I love the guy to death, but damn, $20 a book to sign. And it's just like, holy crap. And then I'm finding out even local homegrown artists are charging for their certificate of authenticity. It's just like, why? Why not just throw that in with your book or your piece instead of charging extra for that? Because not a whole lot of people are going to buy a certificate of authenticity just because they want to prove whenever they've got pictures of it happening and going down. So it's just like, so many people try to gouge you in so many different ways. And I've seen it at all the comic book conventions. My price is my price. You can hit me up for my price list. I'll give it to you. Don't care. I'm pretty reasonable. I don't charge, $300 for a basic line drawing. And when I say basic line drawing, I'm talking about like a child's drawing out there. And when I talk about a line drawing, I'm talking about, I don't even have anything that I can pull right here, right now, to even show you what I'm talking about. My line drawings are fleshed out completely, including any lettering that's going to be on there. But I am so looking forward to this year where I can get some things done for myself in the comic book world, to concrete myself, to put my star on the Walk of Fame. No, not really. It would be cool. Yes, it would be awesome if that did happen. Don't get me wrong, but I am literally, looking forward to this year of building something cool to truly present better at the shows that I'm going to be going to in 2026. Yes, I'm getting back into comic book conventions in 2026. There's no shows that I will be at in 2025, and I've already made that decision. This way I can build up everything, and then from there I can present new at shows, so that I'm not just the typical artist there at a show. But yeah, I look forward to this new year, this new venture, if you will. And it's going to be fun. The wild ride is happening, and I'm enjoying it already. Like I said, we're 9 days in. I've already sold 2 massive pieces of artwork as far as my saw blades go. Right here. My Art the Clowns are off the table. Hopefully these guys will be off the table next, because these are pretty cool. But I also will take special requests. If you want a specific character on a saw blade, let me know. But with that, folks, I will leave you with this. Life is what you make it. Your mind is only as big as you want it to be. I've used that tag phrase for a long time, and it's true. If you let your mind go numb, if you will, and you don't let it grow, you're not growing as a person either. So, open up that mind, expand it, let it grow, let it bloom into this beautiful flower. But with that, folks, I appreciate, and I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you that have come on here, stopped in, checked out the live, and commented, or even hit me up on DMs, if you do. I haven't checked any of the DMs. I haven't seen if anybody's contacted me or anything like that. But as I like to say, and it will always hold true, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.